Deep state hack and Special Counsel Robert Mueller still has nothing on President Donald Trump after searching for nearly a year to find evidence of collusion with the Russians. Now, Mueller is getting a rude awakening that you don't want to miss. Former FBI Director Robert Mueller, along with Attorney General Jeff Sessions and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, has made a joke of our Justice Department since the beginning of the Russian collusion investigation. The deep state's attempt to bring President Trump down using Mueller has failed, and now, new voices in Washington, D.C. are telling the special counsel his time is up. According to the Washington Times, Rep. Francis Rooney, R. Florida, recently appeared on CNN to deliver a message to Mueller from the Republican Party and millions of fed-up American patriots. Wrap it up. During the interview on Thursday, March 8, 2018, Rooney said he believes that Mueller hasn't found anything on Trump and that it could be soon time to end his unnecessary investigation. Rooney also told CNN that, quite simply, Mueller was given the task of investigating collusion between Russian officials and the Trump campaign, and nothing was found to indicate any wrongdoing by our president. Rooney, who is a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, said, "Unfortunately for Mr. Mueller, despite his great reputation, he hasn't found anything that we know about yet, so if they don't find something, they need to wrap it up." When presented with the facts that Mueller indicted 13 Russian nationals for what he called meddling in the election, has also filed charges against former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort, and secured a guilty plea from former Trump campaign aide Rick Gates, Rooney said that is not nothing, but it is not what the investigation was set out to do. Rooney is absolutely correct. Mueller wasn't able to find anything on Trump, so he has tried desperately to find any kind of wrongdoing by those around the Trump campaign. Most likely, Mueller felt anxious to show some kind of justification for the obscene amount of money being paid to his team of liberal hack lawyers tasked with finding collusion. Rooney went on to explain that the only thing Mueller has found involving Russians is their own unsuccessful attempts to interfere in our presidential election. He hasn't found collusion or successful interference, he has just found that the Russians tried, and I think we need to have these sanctions that the president signed and the House and Senate passed last summer show them that there is a price to pay for that, Rooney said. It's time for Democrats and the deep state to give up on the idea that there will be a way to bring Trump down with accusations of wrongdoing involving the Russians. There simply isn't any evidence to back up those claims, and while American patriots knew this from the beginning, the rest of the country is now looking at Robert Mueller wondering why he's still poking around in the bushes. Representative Rooney also recently appeared on Fox News with Lou Dobbs and said, "I think it's highly unfortunate that a person of such a distinguished career and reputation would set up this investigation so laden with Democrats, so partisan, so as you say, out in the wilderness instead of focusing on the mission. All this time and money that's been spent hasn't proved any collusion at all." Now that Robert Mueller hasn't turned up any wrongdoing on President Donald Trump's part, it's time for Mueller to answer a few questions from a newly appointed special counsel who will want to know what Mueller's involvement was in the Uranium One deal. Hillary Clinton should be pulled into that investigation and questioned along with Mueller to find out why they both signed off on giving Russia control over a significant percentage of uranium production in the United States. I can't wait for hacks like Robert Mueller to be on the receiving end of a legitimate investigation in which he has a tremendous amount of explaining to do. The fact that Mueller was even allowed to take the job as special counsel to undermine our president is embarrassing. Representative Rooney is right, his time is up.